are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio.
Tony, welcome to Gov.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call, and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Let's give a big shout out to Tony Walker.
Tony Walker, who's a friend of mine.
Tony Walker!
Tony Walker! Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker! Thank you so much, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Walker. Our favorite, we love you.
Knockem dead. Comedy show.
No, I just my mic's attached. That's what. So, okay, let me fix this camera angle. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Date Comedy Show. Coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Let's see. We're the Knockem Date Comedy Show coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook, we appreciate it, and please follow the page. You're right over there? Please follow the page. And if you're watching on YouTube, we ask that you subscribe to the page. No matter where you're watching from, we ask that you share the link and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Let's see. Bear with me a second. I'm messing with the camera angles. Got a little weird on me. I don't know what happened. All right. I'm just fixing it. And the Knockem Date Comedy Show coming at you from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. If you'd like to be a part of the show today, you'd like to comment and say hi and hear your comments read and all that good stuff, we ask that you do so on the YouTube feed because that is where we monitor the comments. So, all right, with that, I think I'm set. Let me just double check that. Okay, I think I'm good. All right, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, and we have two legends with us this morning. Frank is here, and Anastasia Barbatsoulis.
Awesome.
I got that right?
I think you are the closest one ever.
Really?
Yeah, you got it almost 100%.
I've been practicing for about a week. Holy moly. Yeah, and I was still getting it wrong, I think, even this morning when you got here.
It's a mouthful.
What?
Happy Halloween.
No, this is stupid. Why are we wearing the same shirt? What? Oh,
It'll come to you.
Oh, you're dressing as me? Is that what's going on? So you actually, so you hit puberty with this beard? Like, that's what you're trying to...
Yeah.
Because we look nothing alike,
No,
even though we're brothers. Wow. So
I lied about wearing the shirt.
Oh, all right. So I was going to ask why I'm wearing this shirt today. Oh, so if you wear that every Thursday, I will smack you. I just want you to know that. All right. So Frank is dressed as me for Halloween. Oh my goodness. Probably the scariest costume you could get, actually.
Nice.
So. All right. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I wasn't going as far as the leg. That was where I tried to move the line.
Well, you're almost there.
Oh, nice.
How many toes are amputated?
2.
2? Oh, that's it? Oh, I thought it was more. So, yeah, he's working on it.
Nice.
John Rusciello says, good morning. Good morning, John. Thanks for watching. So we're hanging out with Anastasia this morning. Before I get to, I have a bunch of questions for you, and we're going to attempt to get some music, maybe. I have a few things that we can all kind of join in on.
Cool.
Of course, we can't, it's hard to really get into anything without talking about, the Yankees last night.
Oh, my God.
What a freaking mess that was.
Basic Little League rules.
Yeah.
If you had to follow was basic Little League rules.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, because they played like little leaguers.
Yeah, for sure.
That fifth inning, I don't know what, they just fell apart. Judge had that great catch at the wall.
You thought it was a big turnaround, and then?
Right. His bat was finally coming alive the past 2 games. They're up 5-0. And they just fell apart. And
couldn't open the mitt. The second catch.
What's that?
That second catch, he couldn't open the mitt up.
Yeah, right. But then the play at third base was one that really got me. Like, I don't know what in the world that was, and and then even Cole not covering first base.
Mm-hmm. It was a travesty.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, they literally just handed the game off to the Dodgers. Very sad. I'm a big Met fan, so I was used to that. As a Met fan, I'm used to that. I'm used to that kind of play.
That happened in '88 with them.
Yeah, true. Well,
they handed it to them.
Well, I don't know if they handed it to them. I mean, Gibson had that big home run, and Gibson made that crazy catch in the outfield while slipping on wet grass, which was just unbelievable. But so that's not really handed. Where all these ridiculous errors last night, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was insane. It was just They didn't want to win. Clearly, they did
Yeah.
not want to win. Their head wasn't in the game.
Well, yeah.
We'll just
it's
leave it
true.
there. We'll be nice and leave it at that. As a Yankees fan. As a Yankees fan.
A Yankees fan who now you worked at the New York Yankees Steakhouse.
Yes, I used to run the New York Yankee Steakhouses. Did that for a couple of years.
Now, is that that's an official Yankees?
It's an official Yankees
restaurant?
thing. It's actually owned by the Yankees
Wow.
and Hard Rock
Oh.
Corporation.
Where was it? I'm not familiar with this.
So there was 3 of them, and I
Oh.
was in charge of the 3 of them.
Ooh.
There's one. Ooh, I know. I'm so fancy. There's the one that was in Midtown Manhattan on right by Rockefeller Center.
Okay.
There's the one obviously in the stadium,
Oh, nice.
and there's one down in the Coconut Creek Casino down in Florida.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this is like a dream job. Baseball and
Yeah.
steak. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't get much better than
It
that.
doesn't.
I just need
first,
prostitutes, and I'm good.
My first day there, we were doing an event, and I got to meet Don Larson.
Oh, wow.
That was my first day. Pretty.
It's a
damn
nice
good.
way to start, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I've met them all because we used to do a lot of their functions after the fact.
Sure.
So Mariano Rivera, I met. We used to, when they did Old Timers Day, they would all come in afterwards. So
that's
got to meet
wonderful.
everyone.
That's
It was
awesome.
awesome.
Yogi?
Yeah.
One of the
but Thurman
best.
Musson's widow and family, one of the nicest women you'd ever meet.
Really?
Yeah.
I've met Gary Carter's wife.
Yeah.
She's wonderful too. In fact, Gary Carter, I've met him 4 times. One of the nicest people I ever
Yeah.
met in my life.
Joe Torre. I mean,
Oh wow.
just
Joe D?
I know. Are we dead?
Well, yeah. What do you mean? Well, you weren't working there before he passed.
No.
Oh, I don't remember what year he passed. Do you remember?
No.
I don't. Was that? It wasn't that.
Late 90s?
Oh, was it that long ago?
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But these are the main guys.
But serious. It was a great time.
I bet.
Yeah, we got to we got to do events at the stadium. We were able to go down to the field for some things, and it was just really
So you
cool.
got to walk on the field
Yeah.
at Yankee Stadium.
Yes.
I mean, really, that's like, it doesn't get much better than that.
No, it does not.
Oh, did you save any dirt? Like just, take some with you? I have some Shea Stadium dirt.
Do you?
Yeah, I certainly do.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're in the moment there sometimes. You really
At
don't
Shea,
know.
they used to, I don't know if Yankees did it or not, but the Mets used to do that. Well, the Mets, they need ways to get people in because they don't win. So they used to have this thing, where you could walk the field after the game. They did it like once a week or something. I was a part of the last group that did it before they shut Shea down. So, and they gave away at that game too a little tin
Of dirt.
of Shea Stadium, like on the outside of the tin that it looked like Shea. So I'm carrying this tin and I'm walking on the field. I'm like, oh, it's almost like they wanted us to do it. Like you gave me a tin,
Right.
So yeah, as I'm walking down right field, me and Joe Murphy, we
No,
grabbed a
but I
bunch of
do
dirt and
have
put it
I
in.
do have a pen. Actually, I do have. I'm a big liar. I do have a pen that has dirt from the stadium.
Nice.
From the original.
Yeah,
stadium.
the original.
Wow.
The new one.
Well, all the new ones. They're not. They're more like malls now.
No, true.
Than they are.
Yeah, and even Citi Field, which I think is a really nice stadium, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really. It doesn't feel like home.
No.
It doesn't. But the new Yankee Stadium is like a maze, man. I don't know where I'm going after. I'm where I am. And you can't get to everywhere from you have to take all. It's very strange. I love the old stadium, but so were you going crazy last night? Were you freaking out?
Freaking out is not even the word.
No, I bet.
There was a lot of yelling.
I'm looking at you. Is this your version of a Halloween?
My Halloween. Yes, this is my version of Halloween.
Okay. Sorry,
Instead
I just
of
noticed
dressing
it now.
up. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Instead
cool.
of dressing up as
It counts.
Yeah.
It counts.
I was going to go as Frank, but he was going to go as you.
Need a ball cap for that.
Yeah, right.
And a pillow.
John Rusciello, I had the pleasure of meeting Anastasia at an event at the restaurant. She won't remember me. Oh, okay.
What restaurant? Which one?
I don't know. He just says at the restaurant. We're talking about the Yankees steakhouse. So
At that restaurant?
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. It's
Well,
very
I hope I was nice to you.
no doubt about it. But was John nice to you? That's the question.
I'm sure he was.
And I hope he tipped you well.
Well, I wasn't waitressing, but
Yeah, so what?
Yeah.
So what?
Just for the
Anastasia,
honor of meeting.
give
Just
me a
for the
good
honor of
seat.
meeting me.
Exactly. That's right. So, yeah, Frank said he has a 20 spot for you before you leave.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so very upset, very sad day here in New York.
Yeah.
Did you notice, too, when the game was over last night? Because we've been talking about, a few times we've talked about how Derek Jeter just looks miserable on the TV broadcast. So did you notice when the game was at the end of the game last night, Carl Burkhart was, it was actually kind of funny because he's trying to sign off. I don't know if you saw this.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Because
so
I
you turned
I could-
it off in
and I
disgust.
couldn't see much through the tears, you know.
Do you now? Do you? Do you have a spouse of some like
A spouse of some sort?
of some sort? I don't know.
Yes, I do. I do have. I
Like-
do have a boyfriend that we've been living together, and yes.
Oh, were you like smacking him at the end of the game?
No, but he went. He left after the whole fifth inning.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, what restaurant did you meet our lovely Anastasia?
It was at the stadium.
Okay.
I can't reveal who I was with. I was with a couple of very VIPs, but you might remember this. You were instrumental of taking us in this entrance.
We lost you for a second, John. Repeat that. Where did she take you?
She met us downstairs in a special entrance and took us up to the restaurant.
To bring you up to the steakhouse, yes.
Yes, in the restaurant. I mean, in the elevator to the restaurant.
Yes.
Come on, really? You remember this?
Well,
Or you did that for a lot of people, I'm assuming.
not a lot of people, just the VIPs. So he must have been very important.
Well, not him, but I mean, he's
No,
not.
I was in executive protection, and also the event I was in. I believe the police commissioner was there also. That might ring a bell.
Which commissioner was that at the time? Was it Carrick?
No, Kelly.
Oh, James Kelly. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. So she was very, very gracious, very, very nice, and it was amazing how I didn't even know there was an elevator in the State Stadium that was right there. But it was a nice event, and she was very gracious. And
Thank you.
She's still as gorgeous as ever.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, I was a redhead then, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was a redhead then.
Well, so was John, I think.
COVID.
No,
I went and
John
decided
didn't
to
have any hair.
give up
All
the
right.
ghost, literally.
Listen, I got to leave you guys early today. I love you. I got a college appointment.
Oh, all right. Well, good luck.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
See ya. Yeah, so he didn't know about the elevator. He didn't know about the dungeon, too, where they send losing managers.
Yeah.
As well.
Or the jail.
The jail. Who's in that jail?
The whole team should be in that jail.
What do you think? Boone's gone?
He should be. He's
Really?
probably the worst manager ever.
All right, see, that confuses me a little bit. Worst manager ever, but they made the World Series.
I understand. I'm saying despite him.
Really?
I really do.
The rumors are already flying that they're
That
going
he's
to get.
fired.
Well, yeah, that he's fired, and they're going to get Mattingly.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of that?
I think that would be pretty cool.
You'd like that?
Yeah, I would.
I haven't really. I haven't felt he's done a good job as a manager with anybody yet.
I think maybe with the nostalgia and
It'll create excitement,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Right.
And that's a big piece of it.
Yeah, true.
I think it's a big piece of it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows the club. It might be something,
I hope you don't leave when I say this, but I thought Don Mattingly was the most overrated player ever. He had some good hits, he had some good defense, but then at the same time, he was always complaining. He was always fighting
That's
with
right.
George.
Guidry is my favorite Yankee ever.
Guidry, loved Guidry, and I loved those '70s Yankees.
Yeah.
And in fact, I just yesterday finished the documentary about George Brett,
Okay.
which I loved. But I mean, you don't. George Brett, you almost like he goes hand in hand with those '70s Yankees. Because they played against the Royals so much, he was hated.
Yeah.
He had a couple of fights. He had that really bad fight with Nettles, where Nettles kicked him in the face.
But that late 70s is when I actually became a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
When I was in sixth grade, my sixth grade teacher, she loved the Yankees. And remember when they used to wheel the TV into the rooms?
Oh, sure.
So when they had day games, like on a Friday, at like starting at 2:00. She would wheel things, and we would watch the first.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, she couldn't get away with that today,
Yeah.
which is a shame.
It is a shame.
Yeah. So let me finish my thought from when John called in.
Yes.
So it was the end of the game, and Carl Burkhart, who I used to like because he used to do...
Kevin.
What did I say?
Carl.
Oh. Carl Burkhart is a friend of mine.
We do that all the time.
Kevin Burkhart, who used to do Met games before he went over to Fox. But now, I don't know. I don't like him anymore. He's trying too hard to be cool. And even last night, he's like, I just want to thank y'all. I'm like, oh, my God, Kevin, shut up. But so it was actually pretty funny because, whenever they're doing the pregame and the postgame, like A-Rod has this thing where he's always like, fist pumping the other announcers. So he puts his hand up. Carl Burkhart, signing off, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. And there's A-Rod. He's trying to, and he's like, you see him trying to get Kevin's attention, and Kevin's, trying to do his job. So that was funny in itself. He finally sees A-Rod, he fist pumps, and then A-Rod fist pumps Big Papi. Mm-hmm. And Burkhart says, come back, see you again next year, A-Rod. And, oh, absolutely. Big Papi. Oh, yeah, man, I'll be here. Yeah, dog, whatever the fuck he says. But he didn't say anything to Jeter. He didn't ask Jeter if he'd be back next year.
He probably already knew.
Yeah, because Jeter has looked miserable this whole time. I don't know what his issue is, but yeah, and Jeter just sat there. Like, he didn't say a word. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, he owned the Marlins for a while, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't anymore.
Did he lose money on that?
Oh, I have no idea. I doubt it.
That he's doing this to get money?
I highly doubt Derek Jeter needs money, but. Yeah, but he has seemed miserable this whole time. Right. I don't know what his issue is. I don't know how a man like that could be miserable. You're Derek Jeter. You're the closest thing to perfection I think that's ever come out in this world, not just baseball. I mean, the guy is amazing. Yeah, I can't imagine he would need money, but yeah. So yeah, kind of a miserable day here. But it's Halloween, so. So that's a good thing. Nice way to lift spirits. And we have bad costumes, and we have cool shirts. Hi, everybody.
Sorry.
Was that supposed to be me? I don't know what that was. That was terrible.
Bad attempt at you.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Anastasia, Barbatsoulis is here. All right. So, doing my research. Restaurant concept development and design, staff recruitment, training and management, menu, wine, and drink list development, policy and procedure formulation, entertainment, sourcing, and selection.
You're actually reading my resume?
Yeah, right.
Is that my LinkedIn profile?
That's exactly what it is. I got that from LinkedIn. Holy moly. I don't even know where to start.
Food? Food is a good place to start.
All right, food.
Okay. So... like to eat. I am a self-proclaimed food Viking.
Food Viking?
Yes. Nice.
I like that. I've never heard that.
Yeah. As most of my friends will attest to. We would... Remember when we used to go out to clubs until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and you go to the diner?
Of course.
So we go, and it'd be like, 4 or 5 of us, and we'd sit in the booth, and the server would come up to me, and I would give my order, and they would turn to leave, and then everyone would be like, wait, what? That's just for her.
Oh.
We still have to order. So I love food. I love everything about it.
Nice.
So natural progression was to go into restaurants. So started as a bartender.
Nice.
Working my way up. General manager, director of operations, consultant.
Wow.
Yeah. So owned my own restaurant for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Which was awesome.
Where can we ask where?
Yeah, of course. It was in East Northport.
Okay.
On Lockfield Road.
Sure.
Between Pulaski and the train station there. It's called
Okay.
the Blue Room. And that was probably one of the best, like the culminations of everything that I love. Interior design, food, and music. We would do live music, live blues every Wednesday.
Live blues.
Yeah.
I'm a blues nut.
Me too.
Yeah?
We do live blues every Wednesday. On that day, I would actually be behind the bar, and I would sing from behind the bar.
Oh, that's cool.
And we had Al Santoriello from Little Wilson Band.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. He would come, and he would play guitar, and we would sing together, and he would bring in guests, his brother from Little Wilson, the guys from, and it was just a great time. We opened that restaurant, and we were lucky enough to get an excellent from the New York Times.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal. Especially it took us over a year to open that restaurant.
Wow.
We almost went out of business before we opened.
I bet.
It was crazy. It was really, really crazy. But we got really, really lucky. And we were a small restaurant, like 50 seats. But the first, those first 2 weeks that we did, we were doing maybe 30 dinners. And then literally the day after the review came out, people were like knocking on the door to come in, and we were doing almost 3 full turns. We were doing almost 150 people.
Nice.
Wow.
For a 50-seat restaurant. It's a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So that was awesome.
So you move on to, like you said, so you said consultant, like, what is
I help people
with the menu, with the
so I help
atmosphere,
people
everything?
open restaurants, or sometimes I'm a fixer.
Okay.
Sometimes I help people open
Like
restaurants.
that TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I do now. So in fact, during COVID, I helped open a restaurant up in East Norwich.
Oh, nice.
And that was an interesting, trying to open a brand new restaurant, build and open a brand new restaurant during the height of COVID was quite the experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to find staff,
Yep.
trying to get people to come, trying to uphold all the insane rules.
Insane rules is right.
You
Yeah.
know.
Wow, what a challenge it must have been.
It was.
So how did you
a
get
challenge.
people in?
A lot of it was word of mouth, and
Yeah, 'cause people are just dying to go back out, right?
yeah, for sure. And plus, it was a gorgeous restaurant, and the food was awesome.
Okay.
The chef there, a young chef, and very talented guy, and just needed the business position because he was young, so he'd never opened a restaurant before.
Okay.
Getting the staff together, trying to get everyone. Like I said, I love food and I love that business. I'm big into hospitality, and my whole mantra, my whole being is, do what you love, and imparting that into the people that work for you. Because for me, it's not people that work for you; it's people that work with you.
Yep, agreed.
And you want to have that culture, because if the people that work with you are happy, they're going to make the guests that come to you happy. People,
Right.
When someone's miserable in their job.
Yep. I say that about governors all the time because they have very little turnover.
Yeah.
They have the same staff. In fact, even after COVID, same staff. They all came back.
Yeah. I mean, I had staff from when I was at the Blue Room when I moved into the city that came and worked for me in the city. Staff that came from Port Washington in a restaurant that I was GM at, who would work out in, East Northport. It's a trek.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a trek.
Well, yeah, because Port Washington is like 2 ways in, 2 ways out.
Yeah.
Where'd you work at Port Washington? I know Port well.
It was a restaurant that we opened. At that point, it was called Bongo Bay. It was right next to Louis.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the old Jimmy's Backyard. Now I'm really dating myself.
I remember Jimmy's Backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really dating myself. But it was the old Jimmy's Backyard. But it was a gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant.
Right. And if you're next to Louis, I would think that's you're golden.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's where I
everybody
met my
knew
partner who was the chef at the Blue Room.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Did you hate going up to Port? Because that's where the 86 Mets used to hang out what was the name of the place on Main Street? I think it's still there. Oh, it's going to kill me now. What's the name of that place? Great restaurant, Irish bar up there.
Oh,
Yeah, I know you know it.
I know it too.
Man. Yeah, that's going to bug me now. All right, it'll come to me eventually.
Much like Judge, who couldn't open his glove on that one catch. My brain's not working.
Oh, that reminds me. I do have a video that I wanted to show from the game last night. So, there's a video I'm going to show you guys. It's a video that MLB posted. So the Dodgers win, and MLB, which I don't know, for those of you who don't know, MLB, like, they have staff that, as the players are running to each other to celebrate, MLB has some staff that also run out there because they start to authenticate hats and gloves and balls. So MLB actually posted a video of a guy, the guy that has to go and find the last ball that, I forget the Yankees hitter that struck out, but so the catcher has the ball. So the guy from MLB has to find the catcher to authenticate the ball. And that's what they're doing. They're following that guy as he looks for Will Smith, the Dodgers catcher. So I want to show this because I want you to listen to what Will Smith says as the guy is authenticating the ball. All right, so here we go.
Hey, Don. Will Smith. Will Smith. Will, we need to authenticate it and give it back to you. I gotta give it to Walker? Absolutely. Just do us a favor, hold it up. Congratulations.
So if you didn't hear it, so yeah, you watch it on the screen. You can. It's captioned. Will, we need to authenticate it. Give it back to you. They'll see what Will says. I got to give it to Walker. Thank you, Will. My good friend Will.
Nice.
I should have the ball shortly, and I will display it proudly here in the studio. So our good friend Will.
Bueller.
Yeah. What?
Isn't his last name Bueller?
No, it's Smith. I'm joking.
No.
Yes. Walker Bueller. Yes. So that was that. Okay. So yeah, I had to show that video. Do we want to attempt a song? It's 11:30. What do you think? You don't have to if you don't want to.
We'll try it.
Yeah?
Like I said, COVID kind of messed with
So
my
you
voice.
haven't sang since COVID?
No.
Have you now in the midst? Which, by the way,
Other than
singing
in the shower.
What's that?
Other than in the shower.
The singing while tending bar.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That must have been
It was very
really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
It was very, very cool. It was a lot of fun.
I bet. Now, and we'll get to one band, a show.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a minute. But now, so what's the history? While being consultant, while owning a restaurant, like, did you have bands or did you just sit in and sing? Like, what's the history here?
As far as the
Like singing, yeah.
Well, I started singing from when I was very, very young in grade school.
Okay.
It's a ridiculous story. So
Well,
when I was
we're a
in
ridiculous show.
When I was very, very young, I think in third grade, my music teacher at the time in our elementary school, Mrs. Botcher. Thank you, Mrs. Botcher, if you're watching.
Mrs. Botcher. Where'd you go to school?
Washington Street School in Franklin Square.
Oh, okay, nice.
So we're sitting in music class, and all of a sudden it doesn't sound real, but I can attest to you that it's 100% true. She came up to me and she's like, "You!" I was like, "What did I do?" She's like, "I had a dream about you, that you were singing
My
in
goodness.
front of everyone." I was like, "Really?" And she made me get up, and she played a couple songs, and I sang a couple of songs. And then she...
just like that?
Yeah.
She just made you get up and sing?
Just made me get up and sing.
And you were all right with that? You weren't nervous? Or you
Of
just
course
went?
I was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of course I was.
Yeah.
But
wow, that's
she made me get up and sing. And then at the time, they used to do the holiday concert and like the Christmas concert and the spring concert.
Right.
So at that time, only 5th and 6th graders were in the concerts, were taking part of the concert. It was 5th and 6th graders were in chorus and in band, and they had something what she called was novelty. And novelty was like singing while doing little skits. It was like little songs from like Broadway, a little dancing,
cool.
little singing kind of thing.
Okay.
And she actually put me in the show, and I had to sing Santa Claus is Coming to Town in front of the whole school.
Wow.
And doing the 3 shows. And she dressed me up in a nightgown and a stocking cap. And the first time we did a couple of shows. It was like, the morning show where you had like the younger kids, and then the later show, and then it was the show at night, the next day where the parents and everything came. So the first show with the younger kids, I'm standing behind the curtain, and the accompanist is playing the intro to the song. She plays the intro once, nothing. She plays the intro twice, nothing. The third time, his budget comes up from me and pushes me out into the
Oh, wow.
thing, and I started singing.
Oh, wow.
And there was one point where the mic went out, and they said they could still hear me in the back.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was the start of my
that's
my
wild.
illustrious
That's a
singing
great story.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you just kept going?
and from that she decided to start doing a 3rd and 4th grade chorus and 3rd and 4th grade band in addition to the 5th and 6th grade. So I'm a trendsetter.
There you go. And I bet she didn't have any more dreams about any other kids. I bet it was just you.
It's very possible that she did.
Wow. And then, all right, so then from there, so you said doing like the skits and stuff. So did you like do school plays and stuff, or was it just music from that point?
Yeah, it was pretty much just music, and then bands here and there, and a lot of times it was a lot of friends were in bands and they would call me up to sing, and that's actually the segue how I ended up getting into the whole being a Bartlett thing.
Oh, right, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
We'll get a song in, and then we'll
sure.
If we're not interrupting you, of
No,
course.
I'm good. I was looking up the songs that you wanted to do.
Oh,
What
okay.
do I want to try? I don't know. Let's try something easy. Maybe "Be My Baby."
Okay.
You want me to start?
The record is
No.
down.
Definitely down. Can I start? Maybe you join in.
Say again?
Can I start and you join in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. So won't you say you love me? I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make them turn their heads everywhere we go. So won't you be my little baby? Say you'll be my darling. Be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh. I'll make you happy, baby. Just wait and see. For every kiss you give me, I'll give you 3. Oh, since the day I saw you, I have been waiting for you. You know I will adore you till eternity. So won't you be my little baby? Say you'll be my darling. Be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Be my little baby. Say you'll be my darling. Be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh.
Sorry.
It's all right.
The never-ending version
all I
of
got.
"Be My Baby."
All right, not bad.
Yeah, you pulled it off just
bad,
fine.
not bad.
That was great. That's a good. You have the similar vibrato in your voice that Ronnie Spector had. Like, so that's a good song for you to sing. And both of us are Beatle nuts. I don't know if you are, but
Yeah.
But John Lennon's version of "Be My Baby," it sucks. It's awful. It's
very slow, right?
It's it
I don't
drags.
think I've ever heard it.
It's terrible. It just drags.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun,
At least that. It might even be slower than that.
Yeah, right.
Terrible. Terrible. What are some of your favorite blues songs to sing?
I'm a big Bonnie Raitt fan.
Nice.
Big Bonnie Raitt fan.
I was at.
Susan Tedeschi.
Oh yeah. They just put out her and Derek Trucks. They put out that series of albums that like 5. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Really great. 2014, I think it was. I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. They inducted Linda Ronstadt.
Oh wow.
Bonnie Raitt singing "Blue Bayou," I think might be the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I just couldn't believe it. And it was Bonnie Raitt, Emmylou Harris, Carrie Underwood, Stevie Nicks, and Sheryl Crow.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, that's like that's my world. Give me baseball and steaks and the 5 of them, and my life is complete. Yep. Yeah, that was amazing. Ann is watching from California. Good morning, good morning, Ann. I don't know why Ian gets up so early. Thanks for joining us. We're hanging out with Anastasia Barbatsoulis. I have to say it that way for some reason, otherwise I won't say it right. All right, so you mentioned quickly that you were a member of the Bartletts.
Yes.
I want you to explain what that is, but before we do that, my first question, how much of a dick was Rob Bartlett to you when you were in the Bartletts?
Not at all. Probably the nicest person anyone will ever meet.
He's great. Love that man.
The greatest human being, and I will say this, go down, it's on tape now.
Yeah.
The greatest human being I have ever met.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big statement right there. Definitely one of the greats, especially here in Long Island comedy. You know, when Governors opened, it was Bartlett and Bob Nelson and Jackie the Joke Man and Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
Joey Cola coming a little later, but so much history in this building, and Rob being a major part of it. For those of you who aren't big comedy aficionados, I guess his biggest claim to fame would be working on Imus for many years.
Yeah, he was the writer and comedian on Imus.
He was almost what Jackie was to Stern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but even more so. I think he did a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as for the voices.
Yeah. He did. He was involved in WWE for a while. Right. He's been on stage.
He's been on Broadway.
Law and Order. He had a slightly recurring role.
The Good Wife.
Right.
Elementary.
Tremendously talented man.
Tremendously talented.
So
it was an honor to.
So explain what that was. What you did with him.
So when I first started, I didn't even know when I got the call to do the audition. I didn't even know what it was, to be honest with you. And I had spoken to a couple friends who were avid Imus, and they're like, you have to go do this audition. And I was like, I don't know. And
so, but not to cut you off, but you weren't pursuing that.
No, not at all.
It's just because,
like I said, it was some friends of mine, Johnny, who you had on 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Who most people might know him on the island as Johnny Ranchero, but Johnny and some other friends, Mike Smith, they had a band called Big Dogs That Talk.
Okay.
And they actually played a gig at the Brokerage one night.
Yeah.
And they called me up to sing a couple of songs.
Nice.
And from there, Mike had actually introduced me to Gary, who was the owner at the
Gary Smith.
Yeah. And he heard me sing, and he came up to me. He's like, you know what? He goes, there's this thing. He goes, Rob Bartlett and Bartletts. They're looking for new Bartletts. He goes, I think you'd be great. He goes, can I, tell them that you're interested and whatnot? And I was like, I don't know, whatever. He's like, well, there was a time where there were no cell phones and everyone had a beeper.
Yeah, right.
So I had my page. So I gave him my pager number, and very thinking like he's probably just being nice. He's not really gonna call me. So I got at work and I get this page that I didn't know, and I called it back, and the person on the phone was Gary Grant, Rob's manager, and when you call him on the phone, he answers the phone. You're on the air. So I was like, taken aback for a second. I was like, hi, I got a call from this number.
Yeah.
So we spoke, and he said that they were doing auditions on this one day, and I was like, well, I'm working double. I was working 3 jobs at that time.
Wow.
I was working in a design firm, and then I was also working at 2 bars, and I was, during the times that they were doing the auditions, was kind of in between my 2 shifts at the bar. And I was like, if you can say that you can, take me when I get there, I'll come and I'll just go and I'll arrange for someone to come early for my other shift to cover, and then I can come late. And he was like, great. And I was like, all right, what do we have to do? And he's like, do you know any of these songs? So he gave me a list of like 6 songs. Be My Baby was on one. Chain of Fools was on one.
Nice.
And so I was like, great. I'm like, yeah, I know Chain of Fools because it's one of the songs that I used to sing with the Big Dogs. So I figured, no problem. I won't have to, work too hard. I know the song. Great. So I go, and I'm literally in between shifts, and I'm just jeans, t-shirt, working behind a bar, and I have a dupe pad in my back pocket, and I go there. And there are a couple other girls, and they have whole press kits. They have their picture, their headshot. They have tapes. They have cassette tapes,
and VHS.
Yeah, all that. And all I have, I'm just sitting there with my little dupe pad in my pocket at this one studio in Massapequa. And I go in, and it's a little room. It's probably about half the size of this room.
Oh, wow. So
And
it's the bathroom, basically.
Yeah. So sitting across the back wall was Rob, his manager Gary, one of the original Bartletts, Mary Phillips, and her husband Mark. So they're sitting there, and there's a mic. So I was probably about as close as I am to you, Frank. And there's just a mic standing there. And they're like, are you ready? What will you be singing for us? I'm like, Chain of Fools. I'm like, great. So they have a little track. I sing the song. And they were like, great. Do you know anything else? And I was like, I don't really know anything else. They're like, they're like, well, are you familiar with any of the other songs? I'm like, yeah. I go, I just don't know the words. So if we gave you the words, would you sing? So I'm like, sure. So I sang Be My Baby. So I did that, and I'm like, listen, thank you very much. I shook everyone's hands. I really have to go back to work. And I took out my dupe pad. I wrote, here's my phone number. I wrote my number. Here you go. I give it to them. I'm like, thank you very much. And I left very well thinking, I did not get this. I so did not get this. So the next day, I get a phone call, and it's Gary saying, and in my brain, he's calling to tell me that I did not get it.
Yeah, right.
Not even thinking that they don't call you to tell you don't get it.
Right.
You didn't get it. So he called and told me, I got it, and that we have a gig. I think this was a Tuesday, and that there's a gig on Saturday.
Wow.
So me and one other girl, brand new, we met at Mary's house on Wednesday, Thursday, to go over. We each got 2 songs, and we learned there a little bit of. Luckily, at that point, it wasn't a lot of choreography. It was just kind of,
right,
touch,
yeah.
kind of
Right.
things in the background. So it was, and we didn't even meet the other girl who was the Bartlett, Jill Cohen. Also, fabulous voice. So we did everything around her, kind of thing. And then that day we go, and it was Rascals in West Orange? I think it was. Yeah, Rascals in West Orange was the first gig. And we had, so the Bartletts, for those of you who don't know, 60s girl group kind of thing. And we used to dress up we had big blonde beehive wigs and go-go dresses and go-go boots and the whole, 9 yards. So having to get all that kind of together, and it was literally trial by fire. But it was one of the best experiences ever. And I started there, and I eventually became not only a member of the Bartletts, but also the president. we've had like since I've been in it, we've had, yeah, that's it. That's our Vegas shot. That's our Vegas shot when we headlined Vegas. The first time that we headlined Vegas, we played the Sands in Las Vegas, and we were the last group to sing in the room that the Rat Pack used to sing in.
That's wild.
Yeah, before they blew it up. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but no one could follow us.
Exactly. We can't get any better, so let's just blow the place up.
We were there for a week.
Wow.
We were there for a week. It was so cool. We had to do some things for the Sands where we would dress up in, the whole get-up.
Yeah.
And Good Morning America came out and followed us around. And we did this bit like that's how we were all the time. Like that's how we dressed all the time. We did shots by the pool, and it was really, really cool. It was such an awesome experience. I think that was in April of '96.
Wow! Holy cow!
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how long ago that was.
Yeah, April of '96.
Wow. So let me backtrack a little bit for those who don't know. So. It wasn't really like a concert. Rob is singing you back in a month.
No, so what it would be, we would be like basically his opening act.
Right.
So we would come out and we would do like 6-8 songs, and then Rob would come out and do his thing, and then we would come back and do like big grand finale. We would do this thing called a great little song called "Big Butted Woman," which was a play on James Brown. So Rob would do his James Brown, and we would be the background singers and dancers, and we would do this whole big thing. We did the whole thing with the cape, and walking him off, and so it was great. And Christmas we used to do, he would do, Salmonella's Night Before Christmas, which is always a classic.
Right.
But Big Butted Woman was, in fact, we did Big Butted Woman for the, what is it? I think it's the Museum of Radio and Television.
Oh, okay.
So there's actually footage of us in the archives of the Museum of Radio and Television doing Big Butted Woman.
That's great.
But we would be on Imus sometimes. Mm-hmm. We would do the song parodies with him. And we traveled everywhere. We went as far as Vegas. We did Foxwood. We did Atlantic City, and we did a ton of theaters all up and down the Eastern Seaboard, as far north as Maine, and as far south as Maryland.
Doing it in Vegas, that's like that's the Mecca.
When we got we got on the plane and we got off the plane. And our faces, like as soon as you get off, the people mover, and the picture that you showed before, that was like everywhere. We were on billboards. We were on the sides of buses.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We were in the magazines that they give out for the week of what's going on. We were on the cover of those. We were insane. We were walking around just like, oh my God, that's us. Oh my God. And people thought we were nuts because obviously, dressed like this, you wouldn't recognize what we looked like.
Yes. It took me a second to figure out which one was you.
Which one was me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And but we did, we used to do the radiothons and stuff. But Vegas, we were running into these places that had, the free mags, the free magazines, and just like scooping them up by the handful so we can bring them home because there was like a little article in there about us, and we were on the cover on a couple of them. It was really pretty cool.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
Was that him?
So I was famous for a little bit. I was semi quasi famous. We did The View. We did. Rob did an Emmy nominated. He did a special for PBS that we were on.
Oh yeah, that was a special he put together, right? Yeah. I do seem to remember that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hang up if you badmouth Anastasia.
Oh, I get to one of these. Hold on. Who is this? Hello.
Hello, Mr. Bartlett. How are you, sir?
Get my name out your motherfucking mouth. What the hell are you doing to my girl?
Well,
you just single-handedly ruined her fucking singing career because she's on that, what passes for a show. Hosted by a guy whose claim to fame is he met Gary Carter's wife. There's a something you want to put on a resume.
Hey, what my
who's
claim?
the human thumb sitting next to you?
Better than meeting Gary Carter's wife was having Rob Bartlett and Bob Nelson sitting on the couch 5 feet away from me doing their old bits.
Don't get his name out your motherfucking mouth. But in all fairness, I gotta say, you talking sports, gripping broadcasting, just gripping. Really, I was on the edge of my seat.
Well, I wasn't wrong with anything I said.
Like the Bizarro Shopping Network. You know, watching GNC trying to sell polyester loungewear is more entertaining than this.
Well, I've instantly regretted reaching out to Rob Bartlett asking him to call in today.
Oh my God! Come on! You have, what a great audience you have! Guys running in whose high point of his life was riding the elevator
in Yankee Stadium.
Well, did you ever ride the elevator at Yankee Stadium? Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm sorry, did somebody say something? Anastasia, I thought I raised you better than this. That you would stoop to such a low point.
I don't know. I saw you and Bob do it. I saw you and Bob do it. I thought it was a good thing.
Oh, and the two of you dressed together, really, it's like I don't know. I don't know what to say. But
Neither do I. I didn't know about it. This is his Halloween costume, dressing up as me.
I get it. I love Tony the comedian. Is how you're about as funny as a puppy in an orphanage fire. Jesus.
Well, you're doing as great as Aaron Judge's bat. So,
oh God, please, I'm begging you, stop talking sports. I'm begging you.
Well, you know what? I'll tell my story then. Frank, this is my brother Frank, who I think you've actually met Rob in the past,
I have,
right?
yes, I have.
Do we want to?
Well, actually, a mutual friend who used to work with Anastasia, Ramona Spooney. Do you remember her?
You totally remember Ramona. She's one of the Bartletts.
I'm sorry. Of course I remember Ramona Spooney. Really talented lady.
Yeah, she and I were music partners for a while.
Oh, wait, you used to date, right?
Yes, we did.
So she wised up.
Yeah, exactly.
And realized she could do far, far better
Absolutely.
than, fucking Curly from the Three Stooges.
Hey.
Missing a chromosome.
Oh, man.
So I'll share my story. Frank asked me to share it. I don't think I've ever told you the story, Rob. But in 1997, I was at a Beatle Fest, and I'm watching the bands are playing, and they have that, what do they call it, like a Battle of the Bands type thing, with all these different bands go up there and sing Beatles songs. And I had trouble hearing the bands that were playing, because there was a guy behind me who was singing along to every song, I mean, wholeheartedly. Like, you would think this guy was up on stage. And I'm just watching the bands, and I'm like, this guy won't just, singing away. So finally, after like 4 songs, I turn around, and literally 2 feet behind me, it's Rob Bartlett, and he's singing every Beatles song like he's about to die, like it's his last time singing.
Because he is the 5th Beatle.
Well, right.
There you go.
And I did. I just turned back around. I said to myself, I can't tell Rob Bartlett to shut up. So I just turned right back around, and I watched the rest of the show. That is my Rob Bartlett story.
And we lost him.
I knew it.
Oh, I love that story. It's just so great. So great. What a memory you have.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, mighty stage. You sounded great before, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
For 11:30 in the morning with,
with COVID voice?
Canoe playing a guitar. You didn't even let that throw you. And here's just some words of the wise, okay? When you keep playing after she sings,
I
know you can't hear, like, radio's turning off, but I don't know if you can see how many people stop watching.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Stage is, she was the leader of the Bartlett. She's the president and CEO of the organization. She's the archivist. She keeps in touch with all the past ones. How many Stage went through the
A
ranks?
little over 30, 32, I believe.
Wow.
Altogether from inception to now.
Right. So just like your people would follow you because they were so loyal to you, we had very many people loyal to us. Out of the 4, we went through 30. But you were always and will always be my favorite. And your voice is just, I don't know, it's just something about your voice. But
so that after that audition, Gary told me that Chain of Fools you hated that song. One of the reasons why I thought that I didn't get the gig, because that was the one song that he said that you hated.
I didn't. First of all, that was not. If I said it, that's not what I meant. I just didn't like that song for us.
No, I know. I'm just saying, not that you hated that I sang it, but it was just I just happened to pick the one song that you hated to do.
But here's the thing. That might have been the capper why you got it, because you actually made me like the song that I wasn't particularly inclined to like. So
good answer.
I mean, Anastasia could sing the phone book. I mean, plus what she is, you went on and on and on and on before about what a great human being I am.
You are.
To be quite frank, it was really not enough of that. But I believe me when I tell you.
Well, they were holding up a little sign that said "cut."
I pale in comparison to you. She is hands down one of my dearest, closest friends, and
he's my big
one
brother.
Of the best human beings I have ever known. Been lucky enough to know, and I'm very grateful to have her in my life. And she's one of those people who you don't see for months and months and months, and then you run into each other, and it's like you just saw each other, the day before. Those are people who are meant to be in your life,
Not seeing each other for months was, I think, a conscious decision, though, on her part. Can't say I blame her.
No, boy.
I'm sorry, was Tony the comedian?
You're so nice to me when you do Riccadonna and Burns show. What happened?
Get her name out your motherfucking
Gonna have to start slapping people.
What? All right. So what's happening in Rob Bartlett's world? What are you up to these days?
I can't divulge that information right now.
Come on.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. So maybe I will tell you and do the world a service. I'll tell you Stage later.
Excellent.
Cool. Well, whatever it is, we look forward to it because
it'll be awesome.
Yeah, we don't get it. We don't get it.
Whatever it is, you're not invited. You can clear that off your schedule.
Well, I'll hear about it from Anastasia or Riccadonna. I'll hear from one of them.
I mean, seriously, you guys, whether you know it or not, what you're doing there in the back of governors and the kind of program that you provide and the people who you interview and the way that you interview them and I just want to say that in all sincerity, I mean, I'm really, really serious when I say that you both are.
I knew it! That's why I started to laugh.
We got cut off.
He did it.
Of course he did.
Rob Bartlett checking in, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't do a spit take on radio.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, my goodness. Now, behind the scenes, was it always like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yes. And food. There was a lot of food. We got Chinese. It was we had our, things Chinese before the show. Or in between shows if we were doing two. I mean, we used to start when, don't forget, like the brokerage, we used to do 3 shows in a day, and that was when it was still smoking.
Yeah, sure.
So it was,
oh, wow.
the next day you were like, you're like Brenda Vaccaro.
Yeah, right. Wow. Wouldn't have given up that experience for the world, though, right?
No, not a chance.
How long did it go?
The last Bartlett show that we did, I think it was the New Year's show in Tarrytown, at the Tarrytown Theater, which is beautiful, beautiful theater.
Yeah.
And that was 5 years ago.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. I didn't realize he was still going that recent with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's he still does things, and every once in a while, he'll call us to do a little thing here and there. So.
Well, that call should come more often. Damn it. There should be more Rob Bartlett and the Bartlett shows. I mean, just like I said, a Long Island and beyond, but mainly just a Long Island legend, and
for sure,
just one of the old time greats. And yeah, Rob, get your ass in here one of these days soon, please. Always just so great, and the best stories, and just
so much fun. So
amazing.
Many people that we met. I mean, so I'm telling, he's so well loved. And when we did Caroline's, and we did some other clubs in the city. We had Jerry Seinfeld came.
Nice.
And he was hanging out with us before, and he asked if he could do a couple minutes, and Rob was like, yeah, sure, of course, no problem. But I'm like, I'm gonna have to pick up all those names.
Right.
But he's truly such a talent. He really is, and like I said, one of my favorite people, and my closest, dearest friends. He's my third brother.
And really, I mean, I don't want this come out the wrong way, but experiences that you may not have had otherwise.
Would never ever have had.
Well, I stopped short of saying that because your singing is so good that you might have,
for sure,
if you pursued it.
Would never ever have had.
Yeah.
We did these great shows. We traveled together, and we laughed together. We ate together. It's a bond. We had just a couple of months ago. We did a reunion of the Bartletts.
Oh, nice.
We do it I'm trying to do it every so often now, just to get everyone in. I have we have a little Facebook, group.
That's cool.
We share stories and pictures and.
Well, tell us that. Like maybe some memorable gigs where something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just.
Foxwood. We played Foxwood, and we opened for. Oh God, why can't I remember? Paul Revere.
Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Cherokee People. The guy, was it Paul? No. Who was the guy who said Cherokee Nation? Well, was that Paul Revere and the Raiders? No.
No. I know who you're talking about. That's going to bug me now. I typed in Jerky Nation, and I'm getting gourmet beef jerky subscriptions.
Song.
Song. Jerky Nation song. Oh, it was Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Okay, it was, right?
Okay, sorry about that.
All right.
So you opened for them.
So we were there. We met them. We did. Probably. I think Vegas was probably the most memorable one for sure.
Yeah.
We did a lot of corporate gigs. We did some stuff for some political figures, which was very surreal. I mean, we did in Boston. We did this thing for. We're not going to mention because I'm not getting political.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it was so funny because we did our thing, and then all these people, like all these famous people, like news people. Dan Rather and all these people who were there who, people know were lined up to come and talk to us.
Oh, wow.
And it was just so weird. I was like, what is happening right now?
Well, you mentioned Dan Rather. You naturally think Rob Bartlett.
Yeah, of course. Wow. Of course. But it was, what is happening right now? That this person is waiting online to talk to me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or when we did Vegas, when I came back to work that next day, and I was like, literally yesterday, people were lining up to get our autograph, and I'm like, now I am filing papers.
So the day after you finish at Vegas, you fly back and you go to work?
We took the red eye, and I went to work, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be a strange feeling. Like you said, what'd you say, filing papers? And just last night, I'm kicking ass in Vegas.
At that time, I was working in a design firm. I was.
Bartlett didn't pay you enough to quit those jobs?
No, it wasn't that. It was just things that I loved. I have to say, all the jobs that I've ever had, I've been lucky enough to do it because I love them.
Right.
It wasn't because I had to.
Right. Okay.
It was because I loved them, and
Nice.
a lot
Good
of them
for
I
you.
was doing simultaneously because it just allowed for me to do it. And the restaurant business, all the restaurants, even when I was owning restaurants, I was able to take the time to go and travel and do
Sure.
these things. But I was, like I said, at that time I was doing the design firm. I was and I was working three different bar restaurants.
Wow.
That I was splitting my time between.
So let me ask you, because I know nothing
Yeah.
about anything. Consulting. So,
Yes.
is it almost like comedy or entertainment? Is it a word of mouth thing where people
Yes.
like, I need
Absolutely.
a consultant for my restaurant, so they
Absolutely.
and I'm assuming because that you probably most likely got enough calls to keep
Yeah,
yourself
I
afloat.
have a good, I have a nice little reputation,
Right.
Which is good in that world, and in fact, because when I got called to open that restaurant in Hunter, I had actually turned them down several times because I had other things going on,
Right.
and and also it was a little restaurant, and I had just come from corporate, being in the corporate world as far as restaurants was concerned. I was like, A, you can't afford me, but B, I'm like, I had a lot of family stuff that I needed to take care of, and they just kept, the one guy kept calling. He's like your name keeps coming up that you're the person that I need for this project. And finally I had said, okay, I'm like, if these are my parameters. If you can give me this, and this, I'll do it. And they did.
Right. Yeah.
And I had given notice, because I had given notice to the other place that I was working at. I had given them a month's notice. And in the middle of the month was the day that everything shut down. March 15th of when everything shut down everywhere. And I was like, great. I'm like, I just gave notice to the job that I was at. I don't know if they're going to still open this restaurant.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it ended up, we did it. So I was able to work. Because a lot of the structure is, building, making employee handbooks, and you got to run all that through legal, and doing all, steps of service and writing up everything, menu descriptions.
Sure.
And wine list descriptions and all training materials and all of that. All that I was lucky enough that I could do it from home.
Right.
And I didn't actually, so that was in March, and I didn't physically step foot into the restaurant until, other than like one or two like site visits, and because they were still under construction.
Right. Okay.
Because everything had slowed down.
Yeah.
But physically stepped into the restaurant August.
Wow.
And we were able to open November.
Okay. And even then, there were still parameters.
It was still
and,
only outside.
Right.
We didn't have anyone.
Right. Yeah.
It was only outside.
Yep.
Or it was, of the, table that you had, you only had like 7 tables that you could seat because you had to have everyone
right
so far apart.
Yep.
But
the last night that before the shutdown, so it was a Sunday. Governor's wasn't open, McGuire's wasn't open, the brokerage was open, and I was the last comedian to go up that night. So and the 3 comedy clubs did not open up for another 13 months. So for 13 months, I was the guy who shut down Long Island comedy. So it was, which Rob would agree with. But the Bartletts and singing, like you didn't. Like having such cool experiences like that, you didn't try, or did you try to make that more of your thing, or no?
No, it was hard because, like I had said, during that time I opened my own restaurant.
Right.
I was just pursuing. It just allowed me to be able to pursue all my interests simultaneously, basically.
Like a Renaissance woman.
Yes, that's it. That's it. My friends used to make fun of me because I had so many jobs. Like growing up, I had so many jobs, and I was always holding down like 2 or 3 or 4 jobs at once.
Wow.
You know, it was like that old Living Color skit with the Bahamian people. It's like, you got 3 jobs, man. I'm like, oh, you lazy kids. I've got 24 jobs. And I'm also an insomniac, so I don't really sleep.
Well, and that
So
would explain being able to
that's
do all the
part of
jobs.
it, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's part of it. So.
Very nice. All right.
And
That's
now
great.
I run my dog's Instagram account. That's
Right.
That's what I do
Yes,
now.
That's on my list there. Forgive me for missing that. So yeah, explain. So your dog has what? 400.
I have the most awesome German Shepherd dog. His name is Odin.
Odin.
Yes, and he is the best boy ever. And I decided just, on a lark, just why not open up, because he's so cute, and I felt like my friends needed to see pictures of him. I opened up started an Instagram account for him, Odin der Schäfer Hound, and he has 4,209 followers as of the last time that I checked.
Oh my goodness!
Whereas both I and my boyfriend don't even have. I think we may have 1,000 together. I have 500 followers. He has 4,209 followers. It's insane.
Well, first off, shepherds they're the smartest dogs.
Yes,
they're
super
such
smart.
good dogs.
He's the handsomest boy.
All right, let's take a look here. Whoops. Okay. ODEN?
ODIN dot DER dot SCE.
I got it.
Yeah.
All I did was type in Odin.
Odin, and there
it
he
was. 4,211.
Ooh, we gained 2. Yes.
Followed by Rob Bartlett Comedy. There it is. And now, boom, 4212.
That's the way to go. I like even numbers.
Yeah, and there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Squirrel Watch Wednesday. There it is. And there we go. There's, there he is. There's Odin.
But I literally get stopped on the street when I walk him. They say that, or if when he's in the back of the car, people drive and they'll pull up to the side and he's like, he's so handsome. The problem is he knows it. He knows that he's so handsome.
So what? And so I'm just looking now.
He's a COVID pup. We got him during October of 21.
Nice. So you're not really, you're not doing anything crazy. You're just posting pictures of him.
I'm not.
People are
I am
jumping
not
on
a
this.
social. I don't know how the algorithms work. I don't know. I'm not. I have no idea. So,
yeah, I'm with you there. I'm totally lost when it comes to that stuff.
So I just, I throw in a couple of hashtags.
That's
I
fantastic.
Put up a couple of videos, a couple of pictures. And
I'm showing this.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, that's amazing. How people just can't get enough of the
Yes.
animals, right?
So now I'm no longer famous for being a Bartlett. I am Odin's mom.
Yeah, Anne in California, she says, beautiful German Shepherd.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's great. And but you are just a big dog lover. Like I've seen you post,
Yeah.
stuff like missing dogs or dogs that needs homes
Yeah,
and stuff.
of course.
Yeah. That's
Animals.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
there are a couple of things. There are a few charities that I'm really passionate about. Things that help save animals, like Animal Haven in New York City, is probably one of my favorite charities, and it's a no-kill shelter. And
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, my dogs, the past 4 or 5 dogs I've gotten are always from a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah.
But
the way to go.
it's my thing is, if you want a particular dog and you know what the breed is and that's what you want, just go to a reputable, easy for you to say, breeder.
Yeah, true.
Don't go to a puppy mill. Don't go. If that's what you want, that's what you want.
Yep.
And rescue. I need a bigger house. I need a bigger house with a bigger yard, so I can get more dogs and rescue. Because all the times when you see them on, this dog, Shiloh's been here for 465, and I just want to go down there, drive, and scoop them up and
Yeah, sure.
bring them back.
Yep.
But I just don't have the space.
I have a
if I win the lottery, there'll be signs.
big dog farm.
No one will know, but there will be signs.
I have a beagle. Man, this thing. I
The howling.
Yeah.
The howling.
This thing just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I want to murder this thing. He is constant. This thing, but the kids love him. and
Yeah, but Odin likes. He's in support of first responders. So whenever he hears the any ambulance or police sirens, he will howl with them.
That's hilarious. Is there video of that on Instagram?
Yes, there's video of that.
I'll have to
There's
look for
him
that.
eating corn on the cob.
Oh, nice.
Corn off the cob. There's, it's entertaining if you want to spend, You could definitely go down a wormhole for watching it.
I would definitely check that out. All right, so we got about 10, 15 minutes. We're hanging out with Anastasia, Barbatsoulis. We heard from Rob Bartlett. We heard some cool music. What's going on today? What are any Halloween plans? No, nothing.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for all the kids coming to the house. We're all decorated. We've got the animatronics. We've got
nice.
All the Reese's peanut butter cups, Kit Kats.
Now you're talking.
Rice Krispie treats,
yeah.
Welch's snacks, all the stuff that you can handle.
I
will be putting on my
like a Kit
piñata.
Kat?
I will. I will be putting on my piñata outfit later, and throwing candy to people.
I had.
So last year I found this awesome costume. It's like a onesie. It's zip up, but you look like a piñata.
Wow.
And I had Smarties in my pockets because the pockets are really, really deep. So I kept on, whenever anyone would bump into me, I would throw a handful of Smarties in there.
Great.
Frank brought these Kit Kats, and I'm going to thank you for that. This morning, I dropped my car off. Right on the other side of the parking lot is a garage. Getting a tire changed out because it has a leak. Getting an oil change. Doesn't matter. Dropping the car off. And they had a bowl because it's Thanksgiving, so they had a bowl of stuff. I'm like, oh, cool.
Thanksgiving?
Halloween.
Wow.
With Carl.
With Carl Burkhart.
I'm like, did they have a bowl of turkey legs?
I would have eaten that too. But yeah, Halloween, Hershey bar, like perfect. I'm all set up. I start to leave. I take one bite out of the Hershey bar, walk out the door. Here's one of the mechanics walking in the door. We bump into each other. Hershey bar goes flying. And I literally, the old Eddie Murphy bit, I got the ice cream, I got that, and then he drops it. Same thing, I just stood there.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, basically.
You ain't got no Hershey's.
Exactly. Very bad start to the day. Actually, I had a weird start to the day. I walk out this morning, walk out of the house to come here. As soon as I open my door, there's a Chinese man standing there with a camera. So I stop and he takes a picture. I'm like, so I just go like this. And he goes, I'm not making fun, I take picture. I was like, yeah, I know. What are you taking a picture of?
Yeah.
He says it again. I take picture. I go, okay. And then he says more, and I can't understand him. His accent is so bad. I have no idea what he said.
I think his accent was fine. I think your accent is so bad.
Yeah, could be. And I had no idea. And then he has a little envelope, not like a little package.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts he's holding up almost like I'm a horse. He's like dangling a carrot. I'm like, so I'm just looking at him. What are you doing? And then he says, Lisa, my wife's name. So now I finally get it. Like, he's delivering a package. So I'm like, oh, okay. I go to take it from him. He goes, no. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? He walks past me up to my house, puts it on the stoop. So I'm like, I'm standing right. But he had to take a picture of it. Well, true. But he had to take a picture of it on the stoop so Amazon or whoever can report back,
Right.
And then he walked away. I was like, wow, this is a weird start to the day. So,
Well, those pictures that you get from Amazon, they said, confirmed it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He had to take one of those.
I have a couple of those where people have come up to the door and we leave the door open so Odin can look out. Mm-hmm. Where Odin is like in the door from where they've dropped him.
Oh, that is great. That is so funny. Anne says, my daughter has a rescue at her house. I'm so proud of her. Her success rate is very successful. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That's great. Very nice. Keep it up. So Halloween. So I'm thinking with Halloween, and we have two singers here. What? Actually, there's a list here. Ultimate Classic Rock.
I was going to ultimate classic Halloween songs. I'm like, are there any?
20 hauntingly cool classic rock ghost songs, which I did not look at that
Was
at
it
this
Werewolves
list.
of London? I'm guessing.
Which you sing? Is that what you said?
No, I said where. I'm guessing.
Let's see. I did not look in
I can
advance.
do the
so.
ows.
All right. So the Rolling Stones, Living in a Ghost Town.
Okay.
Ozzy Osbourne, Ghost Behind My Eyes. Oh, the Doors Ghost song. Sure. Let's see. Depeche
Rise
Mode.
in the Sky.
Yeah.
Was it special? This town is a ghost town.
I mean, it's basically
Like a ghost town, right?
They're just listing songs that
They have the word ghost in it.
Yeah, The Ghost of Tom Joad by Springsteen. That is not.
No.
Stevie Nicks has a song called Ghosts. Okay. Radiohead, Give Up the Ghost. I don't know who that is. Spirits in the Material World by the Police. Come on, these are not.
They're not. Yeah.
Yeah, this list.
Yeah,
lets
like
me
I said,
let
other
me
than
down.
Werewolves in London and
Yep.
Monster Mash, those are the only two.
Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Right.
And a couple of the
Adam's Family.
Adams.
Well.
Yeah, or like from Wednesday, that song from the Wednesday.
Oh, right.
Netflix. I can't
remember it offhand.
Well, it's funny you mentioned those because I also have a list. If you like Halloween but you don't like horror, which actually that's me. I'm not a horror movies. That's not my
No.
thing at all. But yeah, there's a list of movies you could watch on Halloween that aren't blood and guts. Men in Black, E.T., Teen Wolf.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Now you're talking. The Others with Nicole Kidman, Clue, Death Becomes Her, Ghostbusters, The Munsters, The Addams Family, and last on this list, which I know you'll like, it's definitely my favorite on this list, Young Frankenstein. Oh,
absolutely.
The best. The best.
I laugh when
Rest in peace,
Frankenstein's...
Terry Garr.
Well, yeah, that's right, yeah. Every time Peter Boyle sings Putting on the Ritz,
Yeah.
I laugh like it's the first time I'm ever seeing it.
Yep.
It is one of the funniest things ever, right?
Did you ever see? Remember the show Inside the Actors Studio?
Yeah.
They had the cast of Raymond on there one time, and he did it on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to
Raymond,
look for
Raymond
that.
made him do it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
And they have every once in a while, like coming up on your Facebook feed if you're, look through.
Yeah.
They have the outtakes from the making of the movie.
I've
and
seen
things
some
like
of them,
that,
yeah. Oh, what a great movie.
Well, between Gene Wilder. I mean, what a cast.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And
Cloris Leachman.
Cloris Leachman, who's
He was my boyfriend.
and then who's the other
Marty
wo-
Feldman.
No, the other woman who's unfortunately passed.
Oh, Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn, thank you.
Also genius.
Oh, yeah, that's why I wanted to mention her. Yeah, she was just one of the funniest people
Oh,
ever.
sweet mystery of love, I found you.
I think Mel's the only one left out of that whole cast.
Well, Gene Hackman.
Oh, okay, right.
Gene Hackman's still alive.
Yeah, and is that it?
And Mel Brooks, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Did you see the Wilder documentary? That was pretty good.
That was good. That was great. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's where I was going before too. That the Yogi Berra documentary was fantastic. I meant to say that
I was
earlier.
gonna say,
Yeah.
It just occurred to me that I
Well,
never
there's
said
nothing
it.
like a yogiism.
That must have been wild.
I went to
these
get
guys.
I went to get a pizza, and they said, "Do you want me to cut it in 8 slices?" I was like, "No, I'm not that hungry. Just cut it in 4."
That's great.
If you see a fork in the road, take it.
Yes, and what a unfortunately, I do feel the yogiisms have kind of like overshadowed what a great player he was.
Yeah,
he was a great player.
We had a great photo of him at the steakhouse with all the rings.
Yeah,
Nice.
right. And I'm sorry, but I agree with him. I think Jackie Robinson was out. I think he was out. But yeah, great stuff. All right, we have 5 minutes left. You up for another song, or you
try something?
Yeah,
I'm afraid to after what Rob said.
What do you want to try?
What would you like? You mentioned Bonnie Raitt before.
Yeah, you
wanna
want to try
do Angel?
Angel? Yeah, we can try that.
Um,
I'm an old woman.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an old woman named after my mother. Old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were thunder, lightning was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Paint me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is such a hard way to go. If I was younger, had me a cowboy, wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time. No matter how I try, the years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Paint me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is such a hard way to go. Go to the last verse? Okay. Now there's flies in the kitchen. I can hear them a buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and still have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Paint me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. To believe in this living is such a hard way to go. To believe in this living is such a hard way to go.
Well done. That was great. Very nice. All right. Quickly, before we go.
Yes, sir.
One thing I do with all of my guests, I look at Facebook and I look at mutual friends.
Yes.
So I'm going to throw a few names at you. You don't have to say anything. You can say say anything you want.
It's like word association?
Pretty much. Greg Vaccarello.
Greg Vaccarello. Yo, Vac, what's up?
Lauren Biazzo.
Lauren Biazzo. Super, super, super talented individual.
Absolutely right.
Yes, and beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah. Tom Cavanaugh.
Tom Cavanaugh, also super talented individual.
And super
Amazing.
beautiful?
He is super beautiful. And maybe the vampire Lestat.
Last name, Tom Lee.
Tom Lee. You know Tom Lee?
I know Tom Lee.
Tom Lee is one of my nearest and dearest friends.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Great
Yes,
man.
love
And
him.
a Met fan.
In fact, I just saw him on Saturday.
Really?
Yes.
I feel bad. I haven't seen Tom in years. Not this past summer before, I go to the Paramount to see Extreme and had a great time. There's Tom at the door. He's like, let's meet at the bar. I'm like,
He's a music lover for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Our
But
love of music. It's
He's
the one
great.
thing that we definitely bonded over. But also, if there's like songs or bands and stuff, we'll always be like, well, no one else will appreciate, but he'll be like, Stage, you appreciate this, or he'll be like, Tom, you'll appreciate this.
Oh, that's
kind of
cool.
thing.
I felt bad. So, yeah, he yells to me. He says, meet me at the bar. I go to the bar. I couldn't find him. I never found him. And then we talked on Facebook later. I'm like, sorry,
Tom,
pal.
he wasn't looking.
I went the other way. No, he's a great dude. All right, so speaking of music then.
Yes, sir.
Bands or artists that you love, bands or artists that you don't get.
That I don't get. Well, I'm going to put this one. Not that I don't get. It's just not my cup of tea. Sorry, Tom Lee. Rush. Just not my cup.
Okay.
Just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah, people love them or hate them.
Yes.
There's little in between.
Probably love. I mean, I love a lot of the old stuff like Etta James and
Oh, nice.
Like I said, Bonnie Raitt before. Alison Moyet, probably one of my favorite.
Wow. That's
vocalists.
a name out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. And Ann Wilson, I think, is one of the all-time. Ann Wilson, Freddie Mercury, probably the two all-time amazing vocalists. 5-octave range, kind of.
She's so great.
Yes.
Love Ann Wilson.
I mean, I love the Police. I grew up in the 80s, so I'm a big new wave, In Excess, all that kind of stuff.
That's a good documentary, too. Did you
yes,
see that?
also, yes.
Very sad.
Great.
Michael Hutchins,
Yes.
very sad story.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the blues, is probably my favorite all time. To sing is also my favorite. It's my favorite genre.
Big Clapton fan?
Like Clapton. I mean, growing up, my one brother was Southern rock. It was Led Zeppelin, Allman Brothers.
Nice.
Skinner. Molly Hatchet,
Oh, Molly
Skinner,
Hatchet, yeah.
all that stuff. And
38 Special.
My other brother was on like the other side. He was like disco and like jazz, like Scritti Politti and
Oh, wow.
like all different things. So I have a real eclectic taste in music. I like what I like. So I cherry pick a lot.
Sure.
When when iPods first came out, I had an issue with it, and I wanted to take it to, I think it was like either the Apple Store or whatever. And the guy's looking at it, he's like, this is your iPod? I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you schizophrenic? Because it would go anywhere from, I'd have Frank Sinatra, and then I would have Buck Cherry, and then I would have Metallica, and then I would have Greg Allman, and it was just all over the place.
That's
and
awesome.
All in between. I just love music. I like what I like.
I
And
hear
good
ya.
music is good music.
Yep.
And I think that really transcends, and it can.
Agreed 100%.
Yeah.
All right, very nice. Ladies
Thank
and
you for
gentlemen,
having me.
Anastasia Barbatsoulis. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. What a
It was fun.
Great singing. Thank you very much for that.
much.
Who's
Thank you for putting up my COVID voice.
who's here next week?
Next week is Andy Dunn from zooming in from Ireland.
Ooh.
Oh boy,
Well, that's exciting.
Wow. All right. All right, time for us to get out of here. Sports Bash coming at you at 1 o'clock. Joe Beningo is supposedly the guest again. So he was supposed to be on last week. He didn't show up, but he's supposedly showing up today. Joe Beningo from FAN. All right, so what do we got?
Okay, I have to put one more thing.
Please.
I was wrong about Paul Revere, the Raiders.
Oh.
It was Mark Lindsay.
Yeah, but he's...
Yes.
Isn't he the guy from
yes,
Paul Revere?
But I made a mistake that he opened for us. It wasn't us opening.
Oh,
for
are you
him.
getting yelled at from Rob?
No, yes. But I want to say
He opened for us.
He
We didn't open
opened
for him.
for us.
Keep his name out of your mouth.
Right. All right, coming up today here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, Sports Bash at 1 o'clock, and I think that's it for the day. Nick Greystone returns in a couple of weeks. So Coffee with the Dog tomorrow at 9 a.m. We're back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Greg Kritikos, who was supposed to be here Monday, supposedly is coming back tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see. But don't forget, this Saturday in the Giggle Room, Clash of the Boroughs, Staten Island and Astoria, Queens, Mike Paccetti and friends, Johnny McDonald, Sean Kearns, Courtney Otera, Andrew Farella, and Greg Kritikos. Please come to that. Our ticket sales are low, damn it. December 13th, Mike Paccetti and friends again with the Evil Twins of Comedy. Mark Riccadonna, Don Jameson, Mike Paccetti's hosting, and I'm doing a few minutes as well on that one, and we're going to do a Q&A after. nobody's going to ask me anything, but that's fine because you got Riccadonna and Jameson. And of course, Knockem Dead Comedy. Come see us December 21st at McGuire's. We're doing one of our fun murder mystery shows. November 15th or 16th? 15th, I believe. The MMM Fest in New Jersey. That's music, movies, and mic drop. So we got some comedians doing some sets. We got some bands, and we got some short films playing. That's going to be a lot of fun. Me and Don Sill will be there. If you're in England in November, go see Elio. And December 27th, go see David Clark at Westbury Music Fair. He's doing a Billy Elton show. And last but not least,
I know David Clark.
David Clark is awesome.
Also, we were in a band together.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What band?
Absolute Drama.
How long ago was that?
Long.
That sounds like an 80s band.
Yes,
Absolute
because it was
Drama.
absolute with no E at the end, so yes.
Oh, I can't wait to pick on him about that. Yeah, David's a close friend. I love David. And his wife is hilarious. Do you know Cindy?
Yes.
She's great. Last but not least, Hershey and the Keegs, Best of Long Island. Vote for them for Best Podcast. All right, and that's it for us. Once again, thank you, Anastasia. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was
Thank
my
you, Frank.
pleasure.
And that's it. We're out. So everybody have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you guys later. Sports Bash, 1 o'clock.